Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into confidence and body language, how just the way you stand or move can totally shape how people perceive you.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, right? Even before uttering a word, our posture and gestures are sending out signals.
Absolutely. You know, people often mix up being loud or extroverted with being confident, but it's so much more about that calm, grounded vibe. It's like you can
Hmm,
be soft spoken and still ooze confidence if your body language is on point.
exactly. And it's interesting how those nonverbal cues can sometimes speak louder than the actual words you say.
Right. When you think about it, if someone proclaims, I'm confident, yet avoids eye contact or slouches, their body is contradicting the message.
Yes, that's a really crucial point. I mean, isn't it true that our body language is often trusted over what we verbally express?
Absolutely. Research points out that if the words and the body language don't line up, folks tend to believe the body language. Those cues are like, the silent truth.
I agree. And that makes you wonder, how can someone improve this? I mean, confidence isn't innate, right?
Exactly. Confidence and its expression through body language are skills that anyone can learn. It's all about awareness and practice.
Uh huh.
You just need to work on simple elements, like your posture and eye contact, to gear up that self-belief.
Speaking of posture, one common mistake is slouching. It really sends the wrong message, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Slouching, drooping shoulders, or even looking down can all signal a lack of self-assurance.
Yeah,
Imagine it like trying to paint a masterpiece while holding a limp brush. It just doesn't work.
that's a vivid analogy. So it's really about how you hold yourself. You know, standing tall, shoulders relaxed, with a sort of imaginary string pulling you up.
Right on. That power posture not only projects confidence to others, but um, actually helps you feel more poised from the inside out.
Hmm.
It's almost like your body convinces your brain that you're strong and in control.
And what about eye contact? It seems that failing to maintain eye contact can really undermine your verbal message.
Yes, indeed. Maintaining natural eye contact is essential. Look someone in the eye for a few seconds, then, gently shift your gaze. It shows you're engaged and confident.
Definitely. Although I might challenge that a bit, isn't there a risk of turning natural eye contact into a sort of overpowering stare if you overdo it?
That's a fair point. It's all about balance, really. Too little, and you seem untrustworthy. Too much, and it might feel intimidating. The key
Right,
is keeping it
exactly.
natural, like a genuine, relaxed conversation.
That makes sense. What about gestures? I've noticed that using hands naturally makes a huge difference.
Oh, for sure. Hand movements, if done naturally, add life to your message. It's like seasoning a dish. Just the right amount elevates the whole experience, whilst too much can distract.
Hmm.
And when you're not actively gesturing, resting your hands calmly is much better than fidgeting.
Could you explain a bit about why fidgeting is viewed negatively?
Sure, fidgeting, like tapping feet or wringing hands, often signals nervousness or uncertainty, which can undermine the confidence you're trying to convey.
Yep, exactly.
It distracts from your main message, sort of muddling your presence.
And what about the pace of speech? I remember hearing that speaking too fast is also a body language issue, isn't it?
Definitely. Speaking too rapidly can make your message hard to follow and may betray inner anxiety.
Yeah,
Slowing down your speech, on the other hand, lets your words sink in and gives you that aura of thoughtfulness.
pausing, in fact, seems like an underrated tool. It sounds almost like a secret weapon in boosting your communication impact.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, um, a good pause can say as much as words. Pausing before or after a key point shows that you're deliberate and confident.
Hmm.
Despite some people fearing silence, it really amplifies what you want to convey.
And I suppose this all ties back to linking our physical presence to an internal state of calm and self assurance, right?
Exactly. Our body doesn't just reflect confidence, it actively creates it. For example, adopting a power posture and slowing your breathing can really help relax your nervous system and build inner confidence. It's a great example
Yes,
of the
indeed.
mind-body connection.
That's really interesting. So, if someone practices these elements in everyday situations, like ordering food or talking to colleagues, they slowly build up this confident body language naturally.
Yes, that's the idea. Regular small moments of practicing good posture, steady eye contact, and measured speech can, over time, Rewire your body and brain to default to comfort and confidence.
I totally
It's
see
the
that.
little, iterative steps that lead to substantial change.
I love that perspective. It kind of demystifies confidence, making it something you can actually work on rather than a fixed trait.
Exactly. And that's what makes this topic so empowering. Confidence isn't something reserved for a few. It's a learnable and improvable skill for all of us.
Yes, absolutely. One more thing, facial expression. I feel like a smile or a relaxed face can utterly transform an interaction.
Spot on. Our facial expressions are like the window to our emotions. A gentle smile and relaxed demeanor not only make you approachable, but also reinforce the inner calm you're trying to project. Even
Right.
practicing in front of a mirror can be a simple way to tune these expressions.
It all seems interconnected, body, mind, and expression, creating this overall aura of confidence.
Exactly. Ultimately, when you align your body language with the message you want to convey, it all comes together seamlessly. And remember, it's more about being genuine and comfortable with who you are rather than trying to impress anyone.
True. Wow, there's so much nuance in just the way we carry ourselves. I really appreciate the idea that these skills can be learned and refined over time.
For sure. So, as a take-home message, check your posture, manage your pace, maintain natural eye contact, and let your hands and face convey a calm
Yeah,
assertiveness. It's about letting your true self shine through, backed by solid, confident body language.
that's a wrap for today's deep dive into how physical cues shape our interactions. Remember, each small practice builds up over time, creating a lasting impact in your personal and professional life.
Well said. So, whether you're gearing up for an important meeting or just chatting with friends, try to incorporate these habits and see the difference for yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for joining this engaging discussion. I hope everyone feels inspired to embrace and improve their body language and own their confidence. Until next time, keep standing tall and speaking clearly.